Damian Lillard signs a 2-year, $122 million extension with the Portland Trailblazers. This also has a player option in the 2026-2027 season. So realistically, he could be a free agent at the age of 36 or the age of 37, which would be pretty up there in age. So assuming he doesn't request a trade, this pretty much means Damian Lillard is going to play for one team his whole career. And it also pretty much means, unfortunately, for Trailblazer fans out there, that he's not ever going to win a ring. He's going to go down as one of the players in the NBA history that had the most talent, one of the greats that never won an NBA championship. And it's kind of sad, but it's also kind of cool. Like, in the age where Adam Silver is talking about players not finishing out their contract, where, he's talking about something has to be done for players to, see out their contracts. Damian Lillard is, putting his foot down and saying, I can't run away from the grind. I don't want to, go to another team. It's not going to bring the same type of satisfaction to me. If I go to another team and win a ring, I know if I stay here with the Blazers and don't run away from the grind, when eventually I get that ring, it's going to feel that much more amazing with the Trailblazers. So obviously, there's two sides to every coin. Being loyal to your team, honoring the contracts that you signed, staying loyal, seeing out your contracts, playing for one team. It's all great. Like, obviously, everyone would like to be like a Tim Duncan or Kobe, where they just play for one team, they bring success, 5 rings, they never leave anywhere. Team just keeps rebuilding around you. Maybe you go through hiatus like Kobe did, a couple years. They finally get you a number 2. You're able to win again, and then you age and you go off into the sunset. Or the Tim Duncan, you're just consistently great your whole career. You're always a contender, and you sprinkle a championship every 5 years. You have a 20-year career, and it's amazing, and you're one of the GOATs. But it's not always like that, Dirk Nowitzki, he played for the Mavericks all his career. He only won 1 championship, and he could have easily walked away with 0 if that Miami team had more, a more mature LeBron, LeBron that could understand the big moments. I guess it did take that for LeBron to really wake up and assert himself as a dominant player in the clutch. But there's definitely like a multiverse or a scenario where Dirk Nowitzki doesn't get a ring with the Mavs, and he kind of has the same scenario that Lillard's living through. He's one of the greats, unguardable fadeaway, one of the best big men ever, and he doesn't have a ring. There's definitely a scenario where that happens. Thankfully for him, he won one, and it's one of the better rings out there, defeating the Big Three and the Miami Heat. But like I said, it sucks. Like, because I would, as growing up, I would want my players to just stick it out with my teams. Like, whenever someone left the Lakers or the Chargers, or like in soccer, like if someone left Club America or they left Real Madrid or something like that, it hurt. Obviously it hurt. And even if it meant going to greener pastures, if it was a step up in their career, I was happy to see them. Obviously within the Lakers and like with the Chargers, it's kind of harder. It's harder to be happy for them because they're going to a team within your league. But like Club America for soccer, that's a team in Mexico. So sometimes they would leave to go play in Europe, and you're happy. You're like, yes, you got your chance to go play in Europe. This is gonna help your career. But you're also like, damn, I wish you stayed with America and just had, you played here your whole career. So I could see why it's like, if I'm a Trailblazers fan, I'm pumped up. He's my favorite player. He's probably the best player in franchise history. He's definitely the best player in franchise history. He's top 75 player of all time. He's going to be here until he's 36. If you're around my age, you probably, I'm 27. He came into the league like 10 years ago. So I was 7. Your whole adult life, he's been, the best player on your team. You've seen Lillard grow up right as you've grown up. There's a certain attachment you have to them. And like as Damian Lillard has also stated that he doesn't want to move his kids. Like, it's important for them to have stability, to not lose friends, to stay in the same school system. That's all great. So with that being said, like, it sucks that the Trailblazers have not proved that they could put a team around him that could compete. Even when they made the Western Conference Final against the Warriors that were struggling with injuries. Obviously, it was the like undefeatable, indestructible Warriors with KD, but it's still, you never really thought that the Trailblazers had a chance to win the title, even if they made it to the finals. You never thought that they had a chance against like LeBron if they did make it to the finals. Like it was never like from what I remember, yeah, it was never like, damn, the Trailblazers are so close to winning a championship. It was like, yeah, you're gonna get mollywopped by the Warriors, and if you don't, then the Cavaliers are probably gonna beat you guys. But I do see how people would want him to go to another team to be a contender, like Kevin Garnett. You know, he gave it his all for Minnesota. He tried to stay there as long as he could, and at a certain point, it was like enough. Like, I gotta worry about me. Like, I want to win the ring before I retire. I don't think Lillard is gonna do that. Like, if he was gonna do that, I think he would see out this contract, or not even ask for an extension. Like, he still has 3 years on his current deal. And if he would have just waited out this deal, he would have been 34 years old, 30 going into his 35 age season when this current deal ends. So I think like he kind of seen it like, I don't want to ask for a trade, and if I ask for if I just see this contract out, I'm gonna be 35, which is kind of late, especially for a small undersized point guard. I know he could shoot from anywhere, but still 35 years old to be a free agent to go somewhere. I think that might have something to do with his decision. Like if this was his final year, like if he's 32 and this is his final year and he goes and he lives out this contract and he's able to just be a free agent, then he might not re-sign. But the simple fact that he's tied up to his age 34 season, I don't think Damian Lillard is the guy to ask for a trade, especially with how he's talked. So I think he's like, I'm already going to be here to 34. Might as well just wrap it up, be here till 36 and call it a day, call it a career. I'll be one of the greats. I'm already top 75. And hopefully this new management, second year with the new head coach, they're able to turn it around. But what do you guys think? Like, should he have asked for a trade? Should he have gone? Has that window shifted? Can Lillard still be an influential player on a contending team? Like last year, he was hurt. It wasn't his best year. We'll see how he does this year. They've made some moves, but I don't think any of the moves they've made really move the needle. Really, you're not thinking about the Trailblazers contending. They might not even make the playoffs again. Like, it's a tough spot for Lillard, but I could definitely respect what he's done. I know there's people that are like, who cares about staying with the same team? Like, bro, just ask for a trade. Get out of there. Go compete. And I get it. Like, that would be amazing for people that cover the sports and just regular NBA fans. Like, if Lillard teams up with Antetokounmpo, boom, that's amazing. But, you know, I feel for Lillard. I feel for the connection that he has with the fans, and all that good stuff. So I don't blame him. If anything, I give him props for just seeing it through. And we'll see if he regrets it. Because, you know, usually when people regret it, it'll come out. Like, he'll get interviewed 10 years after his career's over. Maybe not even that long. Five years after his career's over. And he'll be like, damn, like, I should have gone in 2020 when I had a chance. I should have asked for a trade that crazy offseason of 2022. I should have asked. There's definitely possibilities, or, you know, something's going to come out if he regrets it. If he's fully content with this decision, then for the most part, you just never hear anything. But we'll see what happens. But overall, I think Lillard, he's seen it through, and he's a man of his word. He said he's not going to run from the grind, and it appears that he's not. And I know Trailblazer fans are stoked, and I know NBA fans, neutral fans, kind of are disappointed because he doesn't get the media coverage that he should get with the Blazers, and it would be great to see him with another team. It doesn't matter if he goes to like a big market team. He could go to Milwaukee with Giannis, and that would be like amazing. But it is what it is.